Hey everyone, my name is Holly, if we haven't met before or practiced together before, and I'd like to take you through today just a brief little mini practice for self-isolation. So with everything that's going on in the world right now, it can be a really challenging time to find any sort of sense of grounding or centeredness, and hopefully this short practice is something that you can do if you're at home at any time of the day or the evening, just to provide a little bit of relief to get out of your head, away from your screen and into your body. So you shouldn't really need anything in particular to get started. If you've got a mat, that's great. You can have a pillow or a cushion or bolster if you happen to have one, not essential. If you have a block, you can use one of those too, but you don't need to. So we'll go ahead and get started in a really beautiful restorative position, which is child's pose. Now you can take the knees about hips distance apart. I'm pregnant, so I take them a little bit wider apart, and from there you just begin to walk yourself down to the elbows and then a little bit further down, so that ideally you can place the head to the ground or to a bolster. You might want to bring your bolster or cushion close to you so that you can take the head down. Just taking one cheek towards the ground, and just allow yourself to relax here. So starting to feel this nice gentle tractioning of the spine. So you allow the hips to sink back down towards the heels. Try to feel the shoulders melting and just connect with your breath here. Maybe even closing down the eyes for a couple of moments. Just taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And releasing it out of the mouth if that feels nice. And nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel the back ribs inflate and release it out of the mouth. If you feel like there's a little bit of space available for you, I want to walk the palms slightly further forward. Maybe removing any props. So you just start to ease the forehead down all the way to the ground. And then releasing there the back of the neck as you touch the forehead down to the ground with the eyes closed. You could even give the third eye a little bit of a massage as you take the head just gently from left to right. Just massaging across the eyebrow ridge. And again, continuing to just breathe evenly in through the nose and out of the nose now. Gradually press down through the palms so that we can start to activate a little bit to come up to a tabletop position here. And we'll start to bring the hands and the wrists just underneath the shoulders and the knees just underneath the hips. So a little bit of a micro bend into the elbows here, just so that we're nice and soft and engaged. And from there, we'll just move through a few rounds of our cat-cow. So dropping the belly down towards the ground, tilt the tailbone up, and open the collarbone. Inhale to take the gaze up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you can press the ground away, press down through all 5 fingers, taking the gaze back in the direction of your heels. A few more like that. So we'll inhale, soften the elbows, draw the heart forward, roll the shoulders back, drop the belly down. And exhale, press the ground away, arch through the upper back like an angry cat, gaze back toward the heels. Taking 3 more in your own time. So deep inhale, just enjoying the movement of the spine, exhale. Deep breath in, taking the gaze maybe a little bit higher each time towards the ceiling, and breath out. Arching the upper back, really press down through the fingers, knuckles and wrists. Last one here, inhale. And exhale. Awesome. From there, come back to a neutral spine. You're just going to start to walk your hands a little bit further forward and then tuck your 10 toes under. So shift your weight forward here so that we've got the shoulders directly over the wrists. Just begin to pick up your knees using a little bit of core strength and ease the hips all the way back. start to work the legs towards straight. They do not need to be straight. We can maintain a really generous bend in the knees here, but we're just picking the hips up towards the ceiling. So you can go ahead and let the head hang down low. So to totally release the neck, maybe shake out the head a couple of times. And here in downward facing dog, we're just aiming really to bring a bit of length to the spine. So you can keep the knees really bent if you'd like to. Maybe start to straighten out the legs. You can pedal out through alternate heels here if that feels nice. Just taking a few rounds of breath again. Deep inhale through the nose. Equal length exhale out of the nose. Just come back to this static downward facing dog position. So spreading fingers nice and wide apart. Trying to keep the shoulders relatively open here. And then as we inhale, we're going to start to ripple the spine forward. Take the knees back down towards the ground. Exhale to your child's pose, so bowing the forehead back down to the earth. Inhale, ripple forward. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Lift the knees back up. Shift the hips back and up nice and high, downward facing dog. Just move through that little flow in your own time. So inhale, taking it forward. Lower the knees, soft touch down if you can. Exhale, forehead touches down, child's pose. Inhale, taking it back, forward, extended tabletop. Exhale, hover the knees. Take the hips up and back and high. Last one. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, take it back, child's. Inhale, forwards. And exhale to downward facing dog. And from there, just go ahead and lower the knees back down to your tabletop position. So you might want to walk the hands in a little bit more. From there, we're going to spin your left foot out towards the side of your mat. And then to start to extend the right foot back behind. So we'll come here to a supported side plank. If you've got a block, you can take it under the hand, under your left hand. You don't need one though. You can just start here by taking the right hand towards the right hip. Start to turn away from the ground, so you can turn the breastbone up towards the ceiling. And just take one inhale here. As you exhale, maybe releasing the right palm all the way up to the ceiling. So we're creating this long line from the left hand to the right palm. And then taking it overhead, so hopefully feeling a little bit of a side stretch in this right side body area, from the underneath of the right armpit down to the top of the right hip. Deep inhale. And exhale, taking the palm back down towards the ground. Right hand will touch down. Spin your left foot back in towards center, touch the right knee down. You can go ahead and swap your block over to the opposite side if you're using one, or just plant both hands down to the ground to start for the opposite side. Spin your right foot out towards the right hand side of your mat. And then we get a knee to the back heel or arch alignment here as you bring the left hand towards the left hip. Again, inhale, roll the left shoulder back as you gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale to start to feel a little bit of a stretch through the left side body this time. And extending the left palm all the way up towards the ceiling. Breathing here for 1, 2, exhale. Finally, extending left palm towards the front of the room. So if you can keep really pressing the ground away through your right hand down to the block or the earth so that we don't collapse into the shoulder. And exhale, float that left palm back down towards the ground. You can remove your block out to the side if you did use one. Right hand touches down, both knees come down to the ground. So we'll come back towards this tabletop position. And from there again, just walking the palms a little bit further forward. Go ahead and tuck the toes and raise the hips up. Back to our downward facing dog. And from there we're going to start to see if we can super glue our hands down to the mat as you begin to slowly walk your feet up towards your hands. This will give you an indication of how locked up you might be in the back body. Or if you've got a baby in the way, which I do, might start to become a challenge as you reach the front of the mat. Separate the feet to about hips distance or wider. Then go ahead and bend your knees quite a lot here. So we can kind of hang down in like a little bit of a monkey squat. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows. Again, shake the head loose a couple of times. Deep inhale. And exhale. You can take the palms down towards the ground. And as we inhale here, we're going to slide the palms halfway up the shins, just flatten out the spine. Take the gaze forward, roll the shoulders back. And exhale to bring the palms down to touchdown. And then just swivel your right foot to the center of your mat so that you can step back with your left foot, lowering the left knee down towards the ground. And then coming up here just to interlace your fingers on top of your right knee for a low lunge. And breathing here as you inhale. And exhale, see if you can drag your front heel towards your back knee in this shape. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Taking the palms back down towards the ground. Just come off that back knee, so tucking the left toes under, and step the back foot to the front of your mat. Again, we'll take a little inhale to halfway lift to lengthen your spine forward. So press the sit bones back, and exhale to fold. Swivel your left foot to the center of the mat, step back with your right foot as you lower the right knee down. And then just come up here again to your low lunge so you can interlace the fingers on top of that left knee. So if you can feel that the tailbone is descending here slightly. So we just want a little bit of a tilt to the pelvis, so maybe we feel a stretch in this right hip flexor. And focus is on the breath. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. Two more, deep inhale. See if you can drag that front heel towards your back knee. Releasing the breath through the nose. And final inhale here. As you exhale again, bring the palms back down, framing your front foot. See if you can tuck under your right toes. Lift the back knee up. From there, just step it back towards the downward facing dog position. And go ahead and lower the knees down towards the ground. And then if you'd like something to sit on as you focus on the breath just for a moment or two here at the end of this little practice, you can take a block in between the knees. You don't need to, just might find it more comfortable if you've got one. Or a cushion, you can sit cross-legged, or sort of more of a Japanese squat if that's comfy for you. And just allow your eyes to close here for a second. Just come back to the sound of your breath moving in the body. So soft belly. Inhale fills the side ribs. And the exhale, just feel this nice grounding sensation of the palms on the lap. And two more rounds like that. Exhale, release. Final inhale, deepest breath that you've taken so far today. You can hold the breath at the top. And then as you open the mouth and sigh the breath out, audibly release any remaining tension. Start to roll the shoulders back a couple of times, keeping the eyes closed here. When you're ready, gradually just come back to a neutral spine, slowly blinking open the eyes. That was just a short practice to hopefully get you feeling good at some point in the day. I hope that you feel a little bit better than when you started, and I'll record some more soon.